Hi and welcome to ActFit Academy. This video is about how to complete your NASM certification in 5 steps. So what we find is most of the students, they got enrolled in our NASM CPT. They were not getting into the examination procedure. There are a couple of reasons for that. Number one reason, this is an e-learning course. So number one is procrastination. What they do is, I can finish the course in my comfortable time. Because of this kind of a mentality, it's like they keep postponing the entire course material or studying process for a quite long period of time. So they are not completing their course. Second thing is, people don't know how to use the NASM course material on e-learning platform. I think this video can address that problem. So first thing is, the step one is you should understand about your course material, that is NASM CPT book, and then how to go through the course material. Second thing is how to use your NASM e-learning platform effectively. There are lots of beautiful resources available in your e-learning platform. So it's much easier if you understand that, if you know how to use that. The third step is you need to practice the skills. Once you finish your e-learning course, there are lots of exercise library there. There are lots of exercise has been given you in that e-learning platform as a cueing or a demonstration. So once you go through those videos, the next step is you need to practice this. This is not available on e-learning. You need to do it offline. So once you see the video and how to do the movement, what are the cueing techniques. If you have a partner or if you have a client, you can practice along with them how to do that exercise. Mastering the skill is a different art. You need to practice those exercises minimum 100 to 1000 repetitions to master it. So that's the third step. Once you practice it, the fourth step is you need to gain confidence before you're going into your examination procedure. So do your practice examination. The practice examination is also available on your e-learning platform. So what you need to do is go through the practice examination for 3 to 4 times to gain confidence. If you get a necessary score, for example 80 to 90% on your practice examination, your confidence level is very high. Then you can go for the fifth step for applying your examination procedure. There are different ways of doing examination procedure. I will explain this about later part of the video. So apply for your examination, get your certification. It's a very simple, easy process. Let's start from how to go through your NASM course material. Step 1, how to go through your NASM physical material. So this is your physical material. This is the 6th edition book, which is a 700-page book. People slightly scared about the number of pages in that, but actually you don't want to scare. It's very simple. Most of the thing is resource based. So it is like a practical reference manual. If you look at that, they had completely limited the human movement science for 82 pages. Rest of the things is just a process orientation, practical application of various training methodologies like flexibility, cardiovascular, core training, balance training, plyometry, speed, agility, resistance, how to integrate all these things into an integrated training process, what kind of assessments to be done before that. So the entire book is divided into 4 basic sections. You need to go in a sequential fashion to get a better understanding towards course material. Don't directly jump into training methodology or training concepts. See, because if you understand the fundamentals of human movement science, you have a better understanding towards the various training concepts. This is the 6th edition book. The 7th edition book is much advanced and they had slightly reversed the syllabus. They had kept the last few sections, that is lifestyle modification, developing a successful personal training business, in a first few concepts, and nutrition and supplementation has been aligned first, followed by fundamentals of human movement science. It's just an a small alignment change in 7th edition book to make much more comfortable and readability and better understandability. And they had increased the resource material also. There are lots of templates, lots of explanation diagrams has been added to NASM 7th edition. On individual, every chapter you can find somewhere around 8 to 10 different lessons will be there. The fundamental of NASM is OPT, that is optimum performance training. So it's an integrated training approach, how to combine various training methodology to progress different phases. For example, a client need to focus on stabilization endurance and then strength endurance, then hypertrophy, max strength, how to integrate these things. So there are enough good quality templates, as already pre-written templates is also given in this book to have a better understanding to create an exercise program based on OPT model. So next important thing is I'm directly driving into one concept that is in chapter 13 about resistance training concept. So this is like each chapter will have a proper description about the fundamentals and science behind the particular training methodology. So they'll be explaining all these things. And there are lots of memory joggers there. So if you remember these points, it will definitely helpful for you in your examination procedure. Followed by the process, how to integrate the science into process. So they had given various training systems, how to apply the resistance training through various training systems like multiple sets or providing superset. From there, how to create a split routine. So you have a better understanding to how many days you need to work for your upper body, how many days you need to work for your lower body. So those things has been given. From there directly you can see the exercise library, where what are the exercise fall into resistance training category. So they had given most of the exercise in the exercise library. Finally, how to put it into a process. So they had given a simple filling template, because this is an OPT model. So you need to focus on your stability endurance, strength endurance and resistance training. What the resistance training here is going to focus on strength endurance or hypertrophy. So this is training methodology. What are the exercises to be selected on that, how many sets, reps, and what is the tempo, everything will be mentioned on this. So this is just a skeletal idea about how to use the material. Apart from this, you have a very good resource appendix. So this is an exercise library based on various training methodologies. For example, this is a flexibility. What are the flexibility training stretches? How to do various stretches. Then you can go for core training. Then you go through balance training, plyometric training. What are the exercises in the resistance training? So everything will be given with the start and stop position. Finally, if you can integrate, if you don't understand, I just want pre-written templates. Simply, I just want to use that to my client or for myself. There are few pre-written templates based on OPT model in this book. So this is a template for fat loss. So you can just simply apply. If you know the name of these exercises, you can instantly apply this to your client's training methodology or your training methodology. So again, for lean body mass, so various training goals has been given. In the entire book, see, for example, in assessment process, you need to have a very good knowledge about functional anatomy. So to understand the name of muscles, so here the anatomy of every single muscular structure, their origin, insertion, and how it's functioning, everything has been given. This is the way you need to go through the material. This is step number 2, the most important part of your e-learning course. That is, it's like some people will go with original course material. They purchase the NASM certification course along with the original course material. Some people just simply avoid the printed material. They directly take a e-learning and the examination login. So it's a very important thing. If you use this e-learning platform very effectively, the pass-through rate is very, very high. Most of the people, either they just flip the book and try to buy hard something and they directly jump into the examination procedure. They find it very difficult. So the e-learning platform of NASM is a boon. The student have an excellent understanding towards the science behind fitness training and how to give a practical demonstration of exercise, and there are lots of resources on that. I'm going to take walk through about the NASM e-learning platform. Directly, if you want to go to NASM login, it's like just type NASM www.nasm.org. Here you have a next thing is login screen will be there. When you click the login, this screen will appear. A student member will be getting an exclusive username and password to log in on that. Once you log into this, you can see the screen will take you like this. From there, you need to click my account. So sometimes some students will purchase couple of courses together, CPT, CNC, CES. So once you click the courses, you can find what are the courses. Particularly this student has took exam and CPT content. Click here, CPT content. So you need to launch the course. So there is another important factor in this launch page, that is your practice exam. I will speak about that in the fourth step. So let's launch the course. So this is the way the dashboard looks like. So if you're already go through your e-learning, so how much percentage you had already finished your course, that will be shown on the dashboard. You can either continue it from the last session, or you can directly, today it's like I'm going to explain from the first. So I'm going to start with the first introductory session. This is your NASM login page looks like. So when you click here, course menu, you can find as if whatever I told you in your course material, same 6 sessions will be there. In every single sections, you have 2 to 3 chapters, sometimes 4 chapters. On each chapter, you are able to find 5-6 different separate lessons. So once, for example, in session 1, you finish chapter 1 means you need to go through every single lesson. Once you complete all the 7 lessons, you can go for chapter quiz. So this quiz helps you to identify what kind of understanding you got through this particular chapter. So it is nothing but an objective type of questions. So it will work like this. For example, when I'm retaking a quiz, so it has 10 objective type of questions. So I simply am randomly submitting it. No, the answer is wrong. Yeah, we know that because it's a random check. Like that, you need to do for 10 questions. Once you finish these 10 questions, so even in a random check, I'm getting 1 right. So again, it's wrong. Next. So can have different questions. So now you can find my score. I got only 30%. My pass-through score is 75. That is average NASM pass-through rate is 70%. So you should minimum you should get 8 answers right out of 10 questions. Once you have 8 out of 10, that shows you have a better understanding towards that chapter and you can move to the next lesson or next section. So this is the way it works. And if you look at the sections, what are the things available, because I want to make it much more easier, so I will take a practical session. So exercise technique and training instruction, out of that it's pretty easy for everybody to explain in resistance training. So here, for example, introduction to resistance training, this is the way the chapter goes. So you need to go through every single page. So it's exactly similar to the book format. So once you go through that, some pages will be having some kind of e-lectures. For example, progressive adaptation, safety. We'll check out safety. Sorry, there is no e-lectures. So some sections, in necessary session, if to get a better understanding towards that particular chapter, they have a small video, that is a 5 to 7 minutes video, which will describe about that particular chapter. So here we go to lessons. So here, how does the exercise library looks like? So this is the way it looks like. For example, so resistance training exercise for vertical shoulder press. So it's no, I don't want to go internal back. Chest pushing exercise. So you can see the push-up. So there are manual instruction has been given. What are the safety you need to do? So here, this is a beautiful session. This is called queuing library. See, there is a difference between a demo, exercise demo, because whatever you see in YouTube or other channels is social media is just a demo how to do that exercise. Queuing is somewhat different from demonstration. Queuing is nothing but when you are teaching this to your client, what are the key points you need to observe? Where does the client goes wrong? How to correct it? Everything will be explained in the exercise library along with queuing.
As with all of our exercises, we want to maintain good posture. So heads in line, shoulders, hips, knees, and toes pointing straight down. So rotate your heels out just a little bit. Good. We're going to keep quads and glutes nice and tight. Okay. Depth, we want to get to a 90-degree barrier at the elbow. Good. Let's get 3 or 4 repetitions here. Keep the glutes nice and tight. Good. Press the head up into my hand just a little bit. Good. Hips tight, hips tight, hips tight. One more.
So this is called queuing library. So whatever the exercise mentioned in the entire course material, you have a clear demonstration queuing library. That. So if you want to directly get in there, see here you have a separate sessions. This is a glossary session. So there are some key important points or assessments, or if you want to understand about acting, action, so any technical terms, you can directly jump into those terms and get the detailed explanation. Sometimes in glossary they also connect with the e-lectures or necessary demo videos, or queuing videos will be connected along with that particular thing. So this is your video library. So whatever the exercises that has been inside the chapter, everything will be there in the video library. So these are e-lectures. For example, I just want to give a psychological benefit about benefits of exercise. So this is an e-lecture. In exercise library, you are able to find out various e-lectures and exercise demo videos, assessment process, everything will be there. And the next important thing is this is resource download. For example, if you want to download a study guide, or if you want to download a training log, or if you want to download how to measure body composition, static posture assessment, what are the key points to be look on the static posture assessment, in cardiovascular assessment. So again, whatever I told you, the training templates, everything will be there on the download resource. So this is all about your e-learning platform. So you need to go through by every single sections, followed by under each session you need to go through the chapters. Then you need to complete the chapter quiz and lessons inside the every single chapter. Watch those videos, watch those queuing videos, watch those e-lectures. You will get a better understanding towards the NASM course material. And your course doesn't stop there. So your learning process doesn't stop there. The next important process is practicing your skills. You need to practice every single exercise that has been learned through from your NASM e-learning course. So what you need to do is practice those exercises separately along with your training partner. So either you can use a training partner or somebody to supervise you, or sometimes if you are alone, just do that exercise, take a complete video of that and cross verify with your queuing library whether you are doing the exercise in a right form. So this is the longest process of your learning. So it takes minimum 2 to 2.5 months time to practice all this various exercise training techniques. So dedicate a sufficient amount of time. See, the knowledge is one part of fitness training, other part is your skill. The skill, you can achieve your skill ability only through practice. So dedicate a sufficient amount of time for practicing those skills. Once you master the skill, the next process is your practice examination. In the open screen, as if before launching a course, there is something you can find, a small thing called practice examination. So just click that. So this is 100 objective questions, comes in a random fashion from your various chapters and sessions and lessons. So if you want to attempt, so within 2 hours it's your time you need to finish, and the actual examination, NASM examination, is 120 questions in 120 minutes. Now it is just a practice, so it's just 100 questions in 2 hours time. So if you finish the practice examination for 2 or 3 times, sometimes 4 times also if necessarily, if you want to gain more confidence, your confidence level is very high, then you can apply for your final examination. There are a couple of steps to do final examination. So the final step, that is step number 5, is your applying for examination. There are 3 different processes for that. One is proctored examination, that will be supervised by somebody is there, an abroad will be watching you. The number 2 is you're going to one center, examination center. Currently there are 5 examination centers available, because if you don't have a proper internet connections, or you don't have a right kind of facility to do the examination from your home, so you can go for the center. The final thing is an international open book examination. That's a very, very interesting thing. People who most of the people now these days is those select that option, because the pass-through rate is very high. There are lots of advantages on that. So I would like to explain about the examination procedure in detail in a separate video. So just a quick recap about what we gone through is step number 1. It's a easy 5-step process to finish your NASM certification. Number 1, going through your physical material. So what are the things inside the physical material, understanding that thing, the flow of learning process. Number 2 is use your e-learning platform effectively. Go through every single chapters, take a review quiz, watch e-lectures, watch those queuing library and exercise library, learn those exercises. This is step number 2. Step number 3 is you need to practice that skill. This is a homework. You need to do it of yourself. Do practice all the skills, master most of the exercise, whatever you learn from your material. The fourth thing is gaining confidence for your exam, that is your practice exam. So do your practice examination 3 or 4 times. Once you get a sufficient amount of score, you gain confidence. Step number 5 is enter into your examination procedure. Before entering into examination procedure, there is a very important point I missed. That is, get your CPR AED course. So CPR AED is a mandatory request to write NASM examination. This can be done 1 week before your examination procedure, so it's not a great thing. Now CPR AED certification is available anywhere in any healthcare centers. You can go there and you get your certification. Then you are ready for your examination. These are the simple steps to finish your NASM CPT course. I think this video will be very effective for people to complete the examination. This will increase your confidence to write your NASM CPT examination. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please share this video to rest of your students. This video is available in our Facebook page also. And if you like our ACFIT Academy page, please subscribe to this. Thanks once again for watching the entire video.